Yes, y'all know what it is, man. Ern and Iso show with no ISO though. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what we do, and we're gonna continue the show. Listen, y'all know how I do, man. You know what I'm saying? I like to get right to the point, cut right to the chase when I'm doing this. ISO boot y'all, touch some grass. Ern gonna bring y'all touch some ass. Touch some ass. Listen, I ain't trying to be explicit. I ain't trying to be crazy. I'm gonna definitely describe to y'all, let y'all know what I'm talking about, man. I ain't even the content creator. I'm not even the one that do the play the words, the title thing. That's ISO thing. But this just happened to fall into my lap, man. And I just wanted to do it so y'all touch some ass. Only reason I did this and I named it that is because I was tired of hearing the content of men saying there's no benefit of marrying a woman, there's no benefit in being in a relationship, there's none of that. Listen, man, touch some ass. You know what I'm saying? We starting to sound like a bunch of bitter bitches. You know what I'm saying? For real. We sound like a bunch of bitter bitches. And I think this shit gotta stop. As men, we know that there's gonna be a ton of situations that we will not benefit it. You know what I'm saying? And having a woman, a relationship is not one of them. Whoever is the person that started this, you know what I mean? Because you was the person that happened to choose wrong, and you ended up with somebody that it didn't go the right way for you, and now you started the rhetoric of there's no benefit in this, we lose everything, there's nothing to gain. Please, man. You know what I'm saying? You got young men out here that haven't even jumped into a relationship, that's picking up this, you know what I mean, rhetoric, and they running with this dialect that they don't want to marry nobody because they have nothing to gain and everything to lose. Listen, if you take your time and pick the right person, take your time and pick the right person, and you have everything to gain. You get a woman that cherishes you, loves you, you know what I'm saying, and a lifetime of just pleasure, man. You know what I'm saying? Lifetime of pleasure and bliss. But as y'all know, man, I'm gonna break it down, man, step by step as we go through this, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a gang of these quotes, man, that we've been saying in here. That's just negative connotation, you know what I'm saying, about men and women relationships. We got, a man gains nothing from marriage and loses everything in divorce. Marriage is a losing game for men in today's world. Relationships are just traps that cost men their freedom and money. And we got some positive quotes that I pulled up too, man. Men in healthy marriages tend to live longer, healthier lives. This is a fact. Men in healthy relationships tend to live longer than men that are not. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about healthy relationships, we have to be the reason. We have to pick the right woman. You know what I'm saying? You picking the wrong woman can't put the negative connotation out there and blanket it for everybody, because you mistakenly picked somebody that wasn't for you, or you happen to find you could be a 6 as a male and an 8 fall and an 8 fell in your lap just because, you know what I mean, financially, you know what I'm saying, you made a couple moves, or you bust a couple moves, and you live better financially than anybody else that she ever met, and it didn't end well for you because she was only with you for money. So because that was your life, don't blanket every woman with this statement, you know what I'm saying, or every relationship with that statement that a man has nothing to gain. Emotional support from a partner can significantly reduce stress and improve mental health. That is another fact. You know what I'm saying? Financial stability and shared goals in a relationship often lead to greater wealth accumulation and financial security, which is true, you know what I'm saying? Which is 50-50. I think both sides is taking on these negative connotations, like a woman that's saying she don't want to deal with a man that's going to do 50-50, a man that's saying that I have nothing to gain. We both taking on these negative roles within this relationship, you know what I'm saying, that's leading us both. I'm going to speak for the culture, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to speak for my culture, the people that I know. It's putting us both in the position of lose-lose, you know what I'm saying. At one time, it was the man that was saying that the woman is pushing us out of the house so that they can benefit from things financially from the government. And that was our whole complaint. You know what I'm saying? You pushing the black man out of the house so you can benefit from things financially from the government. Now, you know what I'm saying, the men are telling the woman, we don't even want to be in a relationship with y'all because we benefit nothing from y'all and we lose everything. So we both come from a point of lose-lose, man. Listen, a man and a woman in the house together creating a family. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it like this: a healthy relationship is the ultimate generational wealth. We always look at generational wealth as the financial aspect of things. A healthy relationship with a man and a woman in there is the ultimate generational wealth if you continue on and have seeds. You know what I mean? Because you continue on the benefits of those kids knowing how to continue on and have healthy relationships. Those kids learning, you know what I'm saying, how to have a healthy life from watching their parents. Sometimes generational wealth is not always about financial, it's about the information that you pass down. And I think right now we're putting ourselves in a position where the information that we're passing down is not healthy on either side. You know what I'm saying? On either side. Like I said, man, we're taking on the characteristics of women because I believe Iso said this. A lot of women are transactional. You know what I mean? Because a woman, not a lot of women, some women, you know what I mean? Some women only do for men if I can get something in return. I'm not going to do nothing for you if there's nothing in return. And now as men, we're taking on that same role. I only want to do if I get something in return. In a relationship aspect, because there's a ton of things that we do as men that we get no return on it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Iso just sent me a clip about like a unk football league. And I'm talking about, this is the football league of dudes who passed their prime. You ain't making it to the league. You know what I'm saying? You only out here to get some cardio in, but they hitting like it's any given Sunday. You know what I mean? What's the benefit in that? We out here trying to kill each other with no uniform on, with no equipment on, but we killing each other just for the claim and fame to say we did it. So there's a ton of things that we do as men that we get that there's no benefit from. So I got some talking points in here that I want to talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? I got. Before I go into my talking points, I do believe that this is why so many, and I don't even want to talk about these gentlemen as if, you know what I'm saying, their content isn't needed. You know what I'm saying? Because even to some extent, the content, this negative connotation content is needed as well to draw up this conversation so that we can rebuild and move on stronger. You know what I'm saying? So the content of like somebody like a Yada, shout out to him. I ain't gonna sit here and bash the man. Steve Harvey. This is why that this content takes off so prominent within the female community. Because as men, we taking on the fact of we don't want to be in relationships. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do this. And another man who's saying that the woman is the prize and the woman. To them, that's refreshing because they looking at it as like, oh, there are men that, you know what I'm saying, do put us in the position of winning. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't bash nobody content. I'm not far left. I'm not far right with no decision. You know what I'm saying? Some of their messages is very, very far right that leaves a man in a situation where he ain't gonna win it all and the woman is everything. You know what I'm saying? I ain't for that, but I'm just saying that because of the conversation that we have nothing to gain in relationships, or we have nothing to gain in marriage and everything to lose, because when we divorce a woman, you know what I'm saying, they get everything, they get half, is why the so far message to the female aspect is a message that the women tend to gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? And speaking on that, since I'm on that, I'm just gonna speak on that. As men, you know, because look, I was in a situation where my wife brought me something that Yada said, and she's like, what do you think about this? I think as men, when we look at that and we may say something that's not real, or that's not reality, or that's not happening, it leads our female counterpart to think that those things is something that we don't want to do. Those things could definitely be something that we want to do, but in the life that we live, I'm not at the position to do those things. You know what I mean? I believe Yada said something like, he gives his wife $50,000 allowance and she's not allowed to pump gas or do this and do that. You may bring that to your partner as a female and you're like, listen, that's not reality. Because in his life, that is not a reality to him. But just because he's saying that it's not a reality to him right now, you never know. If things work out and he make it big, that may be something that he wants to do for you. And I think that when we say that as men, we lead a female to believe that that's something that we don't want to do. That is something that clearly your man, if he loves you, he want to do. But right now, in the position that we in, I don't live his life to even, you know what I mean, to fathom that. we on a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? So, that right there, man. Trying to see what these talking points I put up. Oh, here you go. I bring up some other things that, you know what I'm saying? These are some other things that as men we don't benefit from, but we continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? The macho mentality. We benefit nothing from it, but we continue to do it. And we actually, you know what I'm saying, try to use that bravado to say that we better than the next man beside you. You know what I'm saying? Like, overworking without rest. You know what I mean? Listen, even myself, I do that too. You know what I mean? My phrase is, look, I sleep when I die. You know what I'm saying? Avoiding medical checkups. Something that men do, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely no benefit in that. You know what I mean? As men, we definitely got to get better with that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things is things that we got to get better with as men. You know what I mean? Avoiding medical checkups. You know what I'm saying? As men, that's something that we do that we benefit nothing from. And if you had a partner, your partner would definitely be the one to make sure you get certain things done within that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Bottling up emotions as men. This is something that we do that we benefit from, but that's also part of that macho, you know what I'm saying, emotion that we take on. You know what I'm saying? Of thinking that we got to be the toughest man in the room. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that we benefit from. Another thing that we benefit from just watching sports, period. Because if we going to say that I benefit none from having a wife, you know what I'm saying, that can love me and be my partner for the rest of my life, you know what I'm saying, this is the commitment that I'm going to make for you. We benefit none from just watching anything for pure entertainment. Entertainment can't be valued as an emotion that's higher than love. To me. I'm going to say to me. You know what I mean? It can't be valued as an emotion that's higher than love. I had a whole bunch of stuff on here, but I don't want to just read through bullshit. All right, man, listen. This right here is a very interactive episode, you know what I'm saying? Because, I got questions to go along with this, which actually broke the episode in my head. You know what I mean? Some touch some ass. Because a lot of y'all young brothers was asking questions that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to address. Let's get into it. With so many men raised in single mother households, where they witness their mother struggle emotionally and financially after a breakup or divorce, do you think that has influenced this new generation's reluctance to trust relationships or see marriages as something worth aspiring to? Well, I'm from a single mother household, you know what I'm saying, and it kind of it didn't lead me to not want to do that. It led me to want to do that. I didn't want to continue on that, you know what I'm saying, trend of, you know what I mean, having single mothers out here. So even though I did have a marriage that ended in divorce, and, you know what I'm saying, I guess, I created a single mother household right there, you know what I mean, because of the situation of that first relationship. It was something that I didn't stray away from because I witnessed that and I lived through that. It was something that made me want to stop that, you know what I mean, cycle. You know what I'm saying? So me coming from a single mother household made me want to, you know what I'm saying, be a man and not have to go through the, you know what I mean, rigors of divorce or breakup because of something trivial. You know what I'm saying? It actually encouraged me to, you know what I'm saying, want to, you know what I mean, do that. Not want to. This one right here says, in a digital world where dating apps promote instant gratification and endless options, do you think men feel disposable or unappreciated in relationships, leading to the benefit that being single is safer and less emotionally taxing? I'm assuming that you're saying that's for the female side, and I'm saying, like you said, in the digital world where dating apps promote instant gratification and endless options, do you think men feel disposable, meaning that a woman can just hop on a dating app and just, get a new partner, or unappreciated in relationships, leading to the belief that being single is safer and less emotionally taxing? And again, I'm thinking that you're talking about from the female's aspect, but we're talking about the man, meaning that a female don't have to get emotionally involved into it, you know what I'm saying, because it may be draining for her. Like I said before, man, we have to be careful on the partner that we pick. And I think sometimes we had to be careful on the partner that we pick, and we had to be patient with the partner that we pick, because We live in this world where we think that the person that we get right now is going to have everything that I want and be everything that I need right now. Sometimes you might have to deal with the person that don't know how to do certain things, and you may have to be the person that's going to have to teach them how to love you the way you want to be loved, and vice versa. We don't have the patience in relationships to let a person know how we want to be loved. This is not a cookie cutter world. You know what I'm saying? Even if I came out of a relationship that was 10 years long, don't think that the next relationship that I jump is going to be 10 years long because my last relationship was 10 years long. Every relationship is new. Every relationship is different. The way that I treated that person and love that person may not be the way that you like to be treated or you like to be loved. We have to be very communicational to let the person know what we like and what we don't like. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like, do not think that I'm naive enough that I can't fix something that's wrong. Because we go in that a lot. We be quiet about things that we don't like, as if I'm supposed to know what you don't like. And you know what I'm saying? We don't even speak on the things that we like as if I'm supposed to know that as well. You know what I mean? We're not mind readers on both sides. We have to let the other person know. Even to the example that I heard one time, the young lady say, she said that in my relationship, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z is cheating. But you kept that in your head and didn't tell your partner that these things are cheating to you. If you feel as though you liking pictures on Instagram is cheating, or you having a conversation with a woman at work, you know what I'm saying, that maybe a little intimate to me is cheating. But you kept that to yourself as if that man was supposed to know that your rules and parameters of cheating goes across the board for all relationships. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got to be very patient with each other, man. How can a man feel secure entering marriage when videos go viral daily of women publicly saying they'll leave a man if he loses his job, or when social media celebrates leveling up by leaving broke partners? Be careful on the partner you pick. Even though, like I said, man, this world it feels like every woman is doing the same thing or every man is doing the same thing. There's a lot of them that's not. And we only feel like that because of the things that we see in the algorithm feed us. Trust me, that's a very small portion of the world. The algorithm might feed you 100 videos, but out of the 100 videos, it may be 10,000 women that think the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be 10,000 men that think different. So don't let the algorithm feed you something and you think that this is what the world thinks, because trust me, it's not. The algorithm feeds you entertainment to keep you entertained on the internet, you know what I'm saying, or keep you on that app. That's what it does. Don't think that social media is real life. Social media is the furthest thing from real life that we'll ever experience. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at these trending. Matter of fact, don't look at this shit at all. Don't look at that and engage that to be what your relationship is going to be. That's why I said we have to be patient and we have to go through the proper things of trying to figure out what a partner is or what you want in a partner. You can't jump in with somebody in a weekend. You talking about, I already love this person. This is the number one person. Never even saw that person mad. You never seen that person struggle. You know what I'm saying? As a gang of things you probably never seen them go through. You know what I'm saying? That you would want to see and see how they handle it. You know what I mean? Look, as men, you don't want a man that's an emotional wreck, because that's a dangerous man. And as a man, you don't want a woman that's, I mean, very dangerous with her tongue. A woman that's going to lash out with her tongue is a very dangerous woman. A man that's going to lash out with his emotions is a very dangerous man. And you have to be in a position to see both of those things before you decide if this person is who it is, before you get locked in. Because a lot of people get in situations and have children with people that they probably should never have. Alright. This one says, if a man is expected to be a provider, protector, and emotionally available, but also gets criticized for not doing enough, how can he view marriage as anything other than a performance review with no job security? But who is expecting you to do that things? Like, we can't put the expectations of the world on the partner that you about to get. Because the partner you might get, her expectations might not be, well, as a man, we know provider and protector, that's what we're going to do anyway. But we can't put worldly expectations on the person that you're going after. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever they say, the person that you look for, make sure that they don't agree with what they say. That's all. Again, it goes back to, I mean, being careful on the partner you pick and being patient with the partner that you pick. Always focus on you. Level up you first. And when that person comes into your life, you'll be in a sustainable place that you can do those things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lie. Some things, I'm trying to think, how can I say this? Some things for us as men is performance based. Unfortunately. I ain't gonna lie. Some things are for us are performance based. This is why we do what we do. This is why as men we go to the gym. We want to be the fastest. We want to be the strongest. You know what I'm saying? This is why now you got these podcasts. Men want to be the smartest. They want to be the slickest. They want to be the you want to be the coolest. So for men, some things are performance based. You know what I'm saying? You can see it not just with us as humans, but even in the animal world. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think like peacocks, like they you know what I mean? Peacocks strut their feathers when they walk in front of a female, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you want to, some things are just performance basis of men. This is what we do to, you know what I mean, to garner the attention of the opposite sex. It just is what it is. This is why we do what we do. This is why we level up. This is why we flaunt what we have, because we want to show that we're at a certain status, you know what I'm saying, to attract the audience, to attract the females. So unfortunately, it is like that sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? Even within that, you still got to make sure you pick the right partner. This is, why would a man risk marriage if he sees high profile divorces like Dr. Dre, Tyrese, or Kevin Costner result in millions lost and public embarrassment, especially when the average man can't afford to bounce back the same way? First off, the examples of those dudes, they not even who we are. And I'm going to tell you like this. We talk about them at that moment. I'm pretty sure Dr. Dre ain't somewhere, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, crying himself to sleep right now. I'm pretty sure Tyrese is perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure Kevin Costner is perfectly fine right now. Whatever they lost, they at a position that, you know what I'm saying, whatever they lost. And they moved on from it. You know what I'm saying? These is men that you talking about, high profile, high level men that, you know what I'm saying, they lost it, they moved on from it, and they kept going. They probably already with another partner right now. You know what I mean? Not even thinking about what they lost. So we putting ourselves in the position of men that's already probably looking at other women as valuable partners to marry. We don't even know that. I can't sit here and say that Dr. Dre would never get married again, or Tyrese or Kevin Costner would never do that again. Even in the laws, we see men, these high profile marriages, men that lose but still remarry. So we can't, it's hard to use those as examples as if that was the, you know what I mean, outline, the template that made me not want to do it when they still continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, if it happens to us and we lose something, we're going to continue on. It just is what it is. It's life. We're not going to lose millions because we don't got the millions. You know what I'm saying? But we'll lose, if you lose half of what you got, thank goodness I'm in PA, man. PA is a non-alimony state. You know what I'm saying? But you lose, whatever you lose, you're just going to keep going. And you're going to keep going. As men, we taught that we going to win some, we going to lose some. So another loss don't hurt you. Like I mean, it's not devastating to you that it's going to kill you. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, you're going to keep going. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't use those men as the example of why you're not going to do it. Because I'm pretty sure those men you named, they ain't sitting somewhere crying, eating some cereal, eating ice cream, watching Oprah. They probably moved on and they probably got another partner right now that they may be considering marrying as well. So, in a time where therapy and emotional intelligence are pushed more than ever, why do many men still report feeling emotionally neglected or unheard in their relationships, even when they do open up? I'm not gonna lie. Why do they? Because a lot of men just don't know how to communicate. And this say open up. I'm saying communicate the right way. A lot of us are saying a lot of nothing. And we not addressing the issue, you know what I'm saying? We dancing around shit because we still want to be looked at as macho. We still want to be looked at as tough. We still want to be looked at as the Superman in the house. So we dance around shit and we don't address the issue. And when the woman doesn't magically get to the point that we think she should get to help us, we still get upset. You know what I'm saying? As logical as we are, we still protect shit when we talk to women. You know what I mean? Like, you see it all the time if you go in the comments, like, don't let her see you cry, or don't let her do this. Listen, if you let her see you cry, you let her do that, and she fucking wavers in how she feels about you, she ain't the right one anyway. Matter of fact, that might be a motherfucking test. Let her see you cry. If she still ride with you, then are you the right one? But if I can't cry in front of my wife, somebody that I said I'm gonna live the rest of my life with, that's crazy. Like, we put these high benchmark metrics on us that we can and can't do in a relationship, and we make that across all relationships. This is what it is. Don't never let a woman see you do this. So understandably, I do know that there are some men that try to get certain things addressed and women do neglect it. But I would say a lot of that is because we go so long without talking that when we do talk, I don't think women know, you know what I'm saying, how to listen to us. Now, if you go into a relationship and you talking from the beginning, you know what I'm saying, then you built up that rapport and, you know what I mean, y'all back and forth might be different. But a lot of us go into relationships, and I know men that's been quiet for 20 years, and they might open up on the 25th year, and that 25th year, that woman don't know how to listen to you. She don't know how to reciprocate or how to, you know what I mean, take in what you giving her, because she not used to that. So, all right, is she wrong because something that you never did and now that you doing and you want immediate attention to it? You know what I mean? We have to take the steps to get people to understand us. So it might take more than one conversation. It may take multiple conversations. It may take months of conversations for you to get this other person to understand, you know what I'm saying, what you need and the things that you need within these conversations until they get adapted to it and used to it. It says, when child support, custody battles, and false allegations can financially and emotionally ruin a man's life, even when he's a good father, what incentive is left to build a family through traditional marriage? And you talking, listen, man, I'm going through child support right now. Listen, shout out to my baby girl. She just turned 18. I'm damn near done my child support right now, man. But I paid child support for my daughters for 16 years, man. And I do know the pain, because child support and a lot of legal battles and, you know what I mean, fighting back and forth with the baby mom would turn a good father into a bad father. Emotionally, it will destroy you. You know what I'm saying? I never understood how certain men would be like, yo, I don't even want to deal with her or the kids. I never understood that until I went through that. I'm not glorifying it, man, but sometimes you dealing with a bad partner, and this is not me calling my ex a bad partner. I'm just talking right now. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with a bad partner, man, could be the one thing that make you just like, yo, I'm cutting everything off. Can really emotionally drain a man. You know what I'm saying? To the point where now I'm just robotic now. I'm waking up and I'm going, and then I'm completing this task and I'm coming back and I'm repeating the process every day, day in and day out. I'm robotic now because, you know what I'm saying, this shit is killing me so much, you know what I'm saying, that I'm just going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? But the only incentive that I can say, man, is left is that don't base that relationship or that situation on everything. It's weird how we do, like, in certain aspects of life, like, because a person will work at a job that they hate and go to their job every day because of the benefit of a check that might not even be what they deserve. They might deserve way more than that, but won't attempt to do relationship after relationship after relationship until they get it right for the benefit of love. So we put love is a definitely second rate emotion, you know what I mean, for a lot of us, that we don't put on a pedestal like I think we should. And a lot of things trump that. You know what I mean? Because I would tell somebody, what incentive is it that you got to waking up, going to a job that you hate day in and day out? And somebody would say, well, I get paid. Well, if that's the incentive for you to try this again, if you went through a bad one, is that, what if the good one is the one where you find love? That's the incentive. If a man works 10 to 12 hours a day to provide, but comes home to a partner who only sees what he didn't do, like not spending enough quality time, how is that relationship serving his peace or his purpose? Man. That relationship is going to serve its piece and its purpose because as men, we should always be wanting to level up. Don't ever settle for where you at, man. If you had a job, you got to work 10 to 12 hours up a ride. Unfortunately, you got more time in it. You have to find more time in the day to, find an online class. So you got to find more time in the day to YouTube. Listen, YouTube University is the best thing ever. I'm on YouTube all the time, and I'm barely on there for like entertainment. I'm on YouTube, Chat GPT stuff. I'm on YouTube trying to figure out how to get better with editing. I'm on YouTube trying to figure out, there's a lot of stuff ISO doing that I ain't gonna speak on here that I'm trying to get better with. So as far as that, it's a gang of stuff that, we need to do. And 10 to 12 hours a day, man, you gotta put in the time. You might have to put 10 to 12 hours at work and come home, put 4 hours in, YouTube University, or 4 hours in at an online class and do that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, man, outside of the, relationship aspect, you should be wanting to level up, period, anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I know the struggles, man. I'm not gonna say and act like I never worked at a job where I worked 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, with 1 day off, and then your partner looking at you. Because at the end of the day, and this shit is not me being cruel, that's not her fucking fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be cruel, because this was one, it's not her fucking fault that you got a dead-end job. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not her fucking fault that you somewhere and you can't make ends meet. That's not her fault at all. So, because she still has aspirations in life and you don't, because you settled in for this job, working 10 to 12 hours just to make ends meet, that's not her fault. So because that's not her fault and that's the person that you chose to be a partner, you have to, put in the work. Got to put the work in at work. You got to put the work in at home. It just is what it is, man. Why are men criticized for not committing, but when they do, the reward often seems like less freedom, more responsibility, and no guarantee of loyalty or appreciation? Happy wife, happy life. And I'm going to say it like this. I don't think men are really not... Men... I think men stepping up now. You know what I'm saying? Even though I said this in the beginning that I feel like, we going in the way. I think that this message is being spread so much because I think as men, we are stepping up. I know I got a lot of homies that I know that's single fathers. I got a lot of homies I know that, went somewhere, to get their kids back from their mom because they felt as though she wasn't fit. And now they just trying to figure this shit out day in and day out. And they ain't even worried about trying to get a chick. They really trying to figure this shit out on their own. So I know men is trying to step up. But I don't really think men, we're criticized for not committing because even if you look at the divorce rate, you know what I'm saying, women are the ones that are going for the divorce over men. It's not necessarily men that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know that we're the ones that's not committing. I think we are the ones that's committing. Matter of fact, we're the ones that's getting down on the knee that's asking these women to marry us. You know what I'm saying? So we are the ones that's committing to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just we have to look at certain things different and not take a small image and make it the broad picture. I think we do that at times. We look at the small image and we look at the broad picture. This is the last question right here, y'all. Y'all know we gonna get up out of here. If you got to this far, man, I ask that you like, rate, review, share, subscribe, and rock with us, man. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get to this one right here. Say, if men are constantly told they are strong, silent providers, but in every viral skit or podcast, the man is the joke, the deadbeat, or the one begging for attention, how are they supposed to feel like marriage brings respect or dignity? Stop wearing that. Stop acting like, we are what they say we are. I'm a black male, you know what I'm saying, from Philadelphia. And I can tell you right now, man, you know what I'm saying, I don't smoke, I don't drink, never smoke, never drink. You know what I'm saying? I married both of my kids' mothers, you know what I'm saying? So I don't got no kids out of wedlock. You know what I mean? I don't fit the public norms that they would think that a young black male like me would fit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here. I ain't no cornball, I ain't no L7 that I'm just, you know what I'm saying, glasses on. No, I have fun too. So I don't want to put that out there because some people be like, well, you that because you had to be that. No, I'm not no cornball out here. You know what I mean? I have fun, you know what I mean? And I do certain things like everybody else do. But I don't fit, you know what I mean, these social norms that you would think that a black person fits. So whatever social norms that they think that we are, you don't have to fit that. Be who you gonna be, bro. Be who you gonna be and enjoy that. And there's a woman out here that's gonna love you for that. This is the blessings of life. It's men and women out here for everybody. This is why I really do believe in God. I've seen videos on social media of, this is not me talking about nobody, but it could be a person that has a certain type of handicap, and they be with somebody that has like the same type of handicap, a woman. I'm like, yo, that's crazy that you, out of all the people in the world, you found that person that met you, and both of y'all look at each other like, you know what I'm saying, I love you even though you got that, and I love you even though you got that. You know what I mean? You might see certain things like that. Like a person might have a deficiency and they married to somebody that got the same type of deficiency. You know what I mean? You be like, yo, this is wild. This is why I believe that there's a God. So whatever you are, whatever you like, whoever you want to be, trust me, there's somebody out there for you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Like I said, yo, young brothers, man, and don't take the lessons of some old bitter man. You know what I'm saying? The stories of some old bitter man and put that on y'all life, man. Listen, go out here, get out here, touch smash. Have some fun, enjoy life, man. Get yourself a girl, get yourself a woman, and make sure you got the right partner, man, that you can grow and go with and enjoy life and be loved. And y'all love each other, you know what I'm saying? And y'all get married and y'all move on, man. Black families, you know what I'm saying? Let's encourage that. Let's encourage families, period. I don't even want to put no race on. Let's encourage families, period. Families, period, man. Let's get back to that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know what it is, man. Listen, if you got to this far, we thank you, man. Listen, thank y'all for rocking with us, man, the Ern and Iso show. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for the responses and the growing audiences that we got, man, on all the platforms, Spotify, Apple, man, YouTube, we growing, man. Instagram, we growing, man. We appreciate y'all and we thank y'all again. And with that said, see y'all next week. Peace.